Now at 6, how loyal local shoppers are proving Black Friday isn't just for the big box stores. Plus, authorities filed charges against a Frontenac substitute teacher accused of attempted sexual exploitation of a student. And what exactly is going on with the streetlights in Pittsburgh?
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Black Friday is one of the busiest shopping days of the year for stores all across the country, and it can be especially impactful for smaller businesses. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky joins us live from downtown Joplin with more.
Right now, downtown Joplin is pretty quiet, but that wasn't the case earlier this morning. Black Friday is known to be one of the busiest days for shopping, and that was also true for local businesses. One downtown Joplin boutique, Sophie's, says they, like any other small business, usually have to compete with larger stores on Black Friday. But this year, they didn't have to worry about that due to their loyal shoppers.
That's everything, honestly, for a small business. And like I said, we've been around long enough that we do have a really loyal customer base with some of our customers. We have a lot of new customers too, but we really try and really nurture those relationships with our customers to where they want to come shop with us.
The shopping doesn't end today either. Tomorrow, Sophie's, along with many other local businesses, will be taking part in Small Business Saturday. Reporting live in Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Bronte, thanks. Hey, chain stores in the area also attracted some bargain hunters, of course. We asked some people in Joplin about their shopping goals for Black Friday.
To get your gifts later in the Christmas time. Nothing really that special. I mean, if we go out, it's like, oh, okay, we can spend time together while we do it.
It's easier if I just go online and do everything and then have it sent to the house. You don't have to fight the crowds. You don't have to try to find a parking spot.
Yeah. Okay.
My main plan today was we're doing some toy box shopping. So just trying to find some bargains for some toys, mainly for older kids because they're the ones that are harder to buy for.
And while you're out shopping, we hope you remember the KOAM Toy Box campaign, ensuring area kids in need get toys for Christmas. You can take a new unwrapped toy to any of the dozens of drop-off locations in the area. You'll find the list on KOAMnewsnow.com. Or if you prefer, call in a financial donation during our Toy Box Tuesday telethon. This is coming Tuesday during our noon, 5 or 6 p.m. news. And of course, you phone in the donation, we'll do the shopping for you. Pretty nice day to be out shopping. Nick Kelly.
Yeah, we certainly had a cold start this morning, Deb. Well, thankfully the quiet skies allowed temperatures to soar into the mid-50s this afternoon. Still looking quiet from 7th and Range on, at least from the skies above, but the streets, I think the holiday shoppers, safe to say, are still out there this evening. But again, nothing underneath the quiet skies, not just in our region, but all across much of the Central Plains. This is pretty much our weather as we go through the rest of the weekend, so something that we'll certainly be thankful for. Upper 40s to near 50 degrees, that's where most of us sit at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. And the south breeze that was quite prevalent throughout the day has lightened up at about 5 to almost 15 miles per hour. And that's a good thing because unlike the lower to middle 20s we saw this morning, we'll stay in the mid to upper 40s this evening and only bottom out in the upper 30s to near 40 later on tonight. We'll see how the rest of the holiday weekend, at least to finish it up, is shaping up here in a bit now.
Catch you then. Thanks, Nick. Authorities file a sex crime charge against a former substitute teacher for the Frontenac and Girard, Kansas school districts. That suspect is 39-year-old Ross McCullough of Frontenac. Prosecutors say he asked an underage Frontenac student to engage in sexually explicit conduct by mobile phone. They've charged him with attempted sexual exploitation of a child. Donations are pouring in to help a man who was freed from a Missouri prison after a judge found that he was wrongfully convicted in a 1979 triple killing. Kevin Strickland of Kansas City was freed Tuesday after spending more than 43 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. Now a GoFundMe fundraiser launched shortly after his release has already raised more than $1 million, and the donations keep coming. Many of the donors expressed outrage that the 62-year-old wouldn't receive compensation from Missouri. Missouri allows wrongful imprisonment payments only to people exonerated through DNA evidence, so Strickland doesn't qualify. However, many other states do compensate people who are wrongly imprisoned. In neighboring Kansas, exonerees are eligible to receive $65,000 for each year they were imprisoned. In Strickland's case, that would have been nearly $2.8 million. A Kansas health advisor says the coronavirus pandemic is starting to worsen in Kansas again. Health advisor Marcy Nielsen blames a reduction in the use of masks and more indoor gatherings. Nielsen says the state now sees more than 1,000 cases a day. Nielsen told the governor's Safer Classrooms work group that the state's vaccination rate for youth ages 12 to 17 has consistently been about 7 percentage points below the national rate. 54% of all Kansans are fully vaccinated, which puts Kansas in the bottom half of all states and territories. Still ahead, some streetlights in Pittsburgh are purple or blue, but they're supposed to be white. So what's going on? And how a Joplin business gave parents a little time to shop alone on this Black Friday. If you drive after dark in Pittsburgh, you might have noticed something a little off about the street. KOAM's Jake Tackaberry tells us what exactly is going on.
Do these lights look blue or purple to you? Or more importantly, are they supposed to look that way at all? Short answer, no. Now for the longer answer, we talked to this guy.
Andrew Baker, Evergy spokesperson.
First, we learned this isn't just a Pittsburgh problem. It's happened in Topeka, Wichita, Emporia, and Lawrence.
And, this is not intentional. This is not something that's planned.
So what is it?
The lights are turning this color due to a subcomponent within the light fixture that's prematurely failing. It allows too much of that blue-purple light spectrum to shine through, which changes the color of the light.
To put it more succinctly, they're broken. But they're going to be fixed. The manufacturer is sending Evergy not broken lights, and Evergy is replacing the broken ones, the blue ones, with new ones. It won't cost the company anything, so ultimately it won't cost you anything either.
We really appreciate everyone's patience throughout this process. We know it's not ideal, and we're looking to get them changed out as quickly as we can.
Now, while the lights might look cool to some, especially Twitch streamers, others have safety concerns.
At the same time, they are very dim.
But Evergy says that's not the case. Baker says the lights aren't dimmer, just different.
It doesn't shine any less light. It doesn't shine any more.
For what it's worth, Pittsburgh police say they haven't had any issues with safety due to the lights, but they also think they're dimmer. In summation, the lights are broken and they're getting fixed. But before they do, take this opportunity, go grab a great Instagram shot. Ooh, moody. In Pittsburgh, Jake Tackaberry, KOAM News.
Yeah, if you do happen to snap an Instagram photo under the lights, tag us at KOAM Fox 14. Galena, Kansas police and fire took over the streets today, raising money for Toys for Tots. They were staked out around 7th and Main, Santa hats in hand, collecting money for charity.
Just to be part of the community. I mean, it's just to be involved, and also the fire department's out here helping us this year. It's the first year that they've actually done it and got involved with it. So it helps show that not, all first responders are willing to be helpful at this time.
At last check, they had raised more than $2,000. Helix Athletics in Joplin gave parents a break and kids an opportunity to burn off some energy.
We have 3 hours out in the gym. They do different events, so bars, beam, floor, tumble track, trampoline. We have a warped wall. And they learn gymnastics, but they also get to just have some free time as well.
Kids also got to make crafts, while mom and dad were able to hit up Black Friday deals without the little ones seeing what they bought. Later, the Frontenac Raiders are state championship bound. Jacob Leonard was there for the send-off, and he has more for us coming up in sports.
But first, a southerly breeze will keep us from going back into the freeze tonight. We'll break down the temperatures tonight, the rest of the weekend, and we'll look at the week ahead too when we come back. As advertised, once our front that passed on through on Thanksgiving really plowed on through, it really made a difference in terms of temperatures. We actually had highs in the mid to upper 40s at the midnight hour as we got our Thanksgiving underway. We dropped back into the 30s yesterday morning and only made it into the mid 40s for yesterday afternoon. but quite cold this morning. Lower to middle 20s across the area, but a good rebound. Thanks to a good south breeze throughout the day, sending Joplin at least back near 57 degrees. Thankfully, I have us staying quiet for the next several days. We're in the part of Doug's pattern where we've got quite a stretch of really quiet weather, something we'll savor before we really shake things up by next weekend. And temperatures looking pretty mild as well. So we got plenty of above normal temperatures lined up as we wrap up November and start December over the next several days. But we are waiting for rain chances with our next storm system, at least system with any meaningful moisture to come, but that's not until we go toward the end of next week. In the meantime, though, the streets, 7th and Range Line, Joplin, certainly still busy with the shoppers still at it, but quiet up top. 48 in Joplin, the southwest breeze at 9 miles per hour, and the humidity not too bad, sitting at 46%. Upper 40s to near 50. That's where most of us sit at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. And we saw quite a warm up throughout the day with a good south breeze sustained, trying to push near 20 miles per hour. That's not even including gusts that went higher than that. But the breeze has started to die down. Despite that, though, and clear skies that will hold throughout the course of the night, we're not going back into the deep freeze like we did this morning. We'll stay in the mid to upper 40s for much of this evening, and ultimately we'll drop back this time into the upper 30s to near 40s. So again, thankfully not as cold as it was this morning. Nothing going on here across the entire four-state region. In fact, all we have is a warm front passing through. That's what will send us back into the 60s tomorrow. But this cold front coming out of Canada, that's going to bring us a quick cool down as we head towards Sunday. But the jet stream just doesn't show a lot of action heading our way. So this means with this northwest flow aloft, we're going to stay pretty quiet, not only for the rest of this weekend, but as we go throughout the rest of the week ahead of us, quite frankly. So you can see how the future track keeps us quiet with clear skies up top. Maybe a little cloud cover trying to sneak in by morning, but in general, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies, mainly during the afternoon. That still won't stop temperatures from turning mild again. 40 in the morning, 56 by noon. Afternoon highs near 62. Our southwest breeze becomes more westerly at 5 to 10 throughout the course of the day. And just passing clouds. Saturday night going into Sunday after we drop back into the 30s again on Sunday morning. A little cool down with lower to middle 50s returning for Sunday. And we can just breeze through the jet stream setup here on the future track for much of this week because there is not a lot of action taking us through much of next week. But once we hit Friday, as Doug advertised, we got a couple systems out west ready to push the front our way. We may be quiet for much of Friday, but once we hit Friday evening, certainly going into Saturday, that's when our next strong front with moisture brings in rain and storms, and certainly a cool down behind that front. In the meantime, though, temperatures you don't see for late November, early December, Dallas. 62 tomorrow, 52 Sunday, almost pushing near 70 by the middle of next week.
Yeah, that's pretty pleasant. We'll take that for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Nick. Coming up in sports, the Missouri Southern men prepare to hit the road for their final non-conference game of the season. And the Frontenac football team hits the road to the 3A state championship game. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
The Frontenac Raiders play for a state championship tomorrow afternoon in Hutchinson. Today, though, the community came out to send the team off as they hit the road to Hutch, aiming to bring back the second state championship in program history.
Watching these kids grow up since they were little, this is something that they've always wanted and dreamed about. So as a mom and a parent, getting to see those dreams come true, that you couldn't ask for anything better than that.
They've dreamed of this since they've played together, third grade football, and all they wanted to do is make it to state. So we're here and they're excited, we're ready to do it.
The community's all about it. They support us 100%. The crowd was amazing last Friday and it really helped us. So we're looking forward to another great crowd on Saturday, and our kids will be excited to play.
Against Holton, our crowd was packed. I mean, they play a big part why we're so successful. So we love them, they love us, so it's just great having them.
I'm confident. Coach has put in a good game plan. We've had a very good week of practice and just looking forward to the game.
We've been practicing all week on defense, offense, so I think we got a good game plan for this Saturday, so I'm feeling good about it.
We're playing our best football right now. We know Ando has a tremendous program, But we're excited to just give it our best shot and see what happens.
It'd mean everything to me. Just going out there, we got one more game left as seniors, so might as well go win it.
Frontenac faces Andale at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in Hutchinson. Well, today's the final day of the regular season for the Kansas State Wildcats. K-State hits the road to Texas this afternoon, facing the Longhorns in their final game of their schedule. The Wildcats 4-4 in league play, trying to finish over 500 in the Big 12. First quarter, Roshan Johnson, direct snap in for the 9-yard touchdown. Texas up 7 early. K-State showing off their ground game as well. Deuce Vaughn gets outside and races in for the 9-yard score. Game tied up at 7. The Cats back down 13-7 until this. Will Howard finds a hole and takes off down the sideline. Defender closes on him, but he makes it across the goal line. K-State now has a 1-point lead. But fourth quarter, Texas back in front 22-17. K-State has one last chance. After an 8-yard gain, they try to spike it and stop the clock, but check it out. They can't do it in time. That's the end of the ballgame. K-State falls to Texas in their season finale 22-17. In the SEC, Mizzou on the road against 25th ranked Arkansas in the final game of the regular season. And Razorbacks double up the Tigers 34-17 for their first win against Mizzou since 2015. Arkansas finishes the season 8-4 overall. The Missouri Southern men's basketball team will be back on the floor tomorrow afternoon hosting John Brown University. Now the Lions are trying to get back to 500, sitting at 2-3 heading into the weekend. Now, tomorrow's game against John Brown will be the team's final non-conference game of the season before beginning MIAA play next Thursday against Central Oklahoma. Now, the Lions would obviously love to get some momentum before conference play, but they'll have to do it without leading scorer and rebounder R.J. Smith on the sideline due to injury.
We've been thrown a little wrench with losing RJ, and that's 20 points and 10 rebounds per game, and I don't know how long we're going to have him out, but now going into conference, now we're in a situation where we become pretty inexperienced. We're playing quite a few freshmen and some guys that haven't played. Something bad that happens to you, usually some good ends up coming out of it, and hopefully we can find some young guys that can step up and prove themselves and prove us wrong as coaches for not playing them.
The Missouri Southern women will host Oklahoma Panhandle State tomorrow afternoon. We'll hear from the Southern women's team right here tonight at 10. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
We take a moment to recognize a local veteran. U.S. Army Specialist Eric Clark served in Iraq, the maintenance company in 2005 and 2006. His hometown, Quapaw, Oklahoma. And we are proud to salute Specialist Eric Clark, a four-state hero. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, Better Business Bureau releases its list of 12 scams of Christmas, situations to be extra watchful of during this time of year. Also, going to check out the increasing popularity of a Made in America store selling products from domestic manufacturers. And a record number of people say they're not buying Christmas gifts this year. That and more tonight, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thanks. Weather pretty nice out there.
Yeah, at least this time around, even though it's going to be cool this evening, we're not going deep into the 20s tonight. We'll only stop in the upper 30s to near 40. 62 tomorrow, 52 on Sunday, but staying pretty mild for the next several days.
Final sports notes.
KU men's basketball dropped a heartbreaker today to Dayton. We'll have those highlights tonight at 10. Also, like every Friday night, have our Minute with Mitch tonight at 10.
Very good. Football pushed us a bit late tonight, so we'll be joining Wheel of Fortune in progress. We'll see you at 10. Let's make it a great evening.